With the new little housing estate coming along nicely, the council decided to turn their attention to more infrastructure to help with the increased cargo demand that the new newsagents and Lidl will require. This will require serious funding and maybe some investment from outside sources. The council heard of a new and upcoming railway company. They decided to reach out to see if they want to put their first proper rail yard within the boundaries of Pixeldale. With rail comes infrastructure. With rail comes investment, and with rail comes trains. The current permits for the town borders don't have access to any good land for a railway to be built. So with the railway's fresh money, the town expands its borders to give access to more land. With this land, the council also plans to use some of the money for their own infrastructure, expanding the Pixeldale motorway further into the horizon. The new land is covered in trees. This makes terraforming near impossible. The first plan of action is for the company to come in, deforest most of the land with the help of the local logging company. This new canvas will make planning the infrastructure a breeze. Of course, after all this work is done, new trees will be planted. The council has to bring the land up around the railway to make the incline easier for the trains. This plan was known in advance and will make future work a lot easier. With the new road in mind, the motorway must slope nicely to its new location without taking too many curves. But as of now, a roundabout will be connecting these two major junctions. This should work perfectly to keep the flow of traffic heading up the hill as we keep our winding roads going. The council makes note that a retaining wall will be needed along the edge of the motorway to keep the road users safe throughout the work. Now with the new road in place, the railway can bring in their own vehicles and focus on repairing and upgrading the infrastructure for the rail. Options for the rail aren't great as they're dealing with limited space, but the new bridge does serve its purpose and looks steady. Now the train company have an ingenious plan of upgrading the safety on all the rails along the whole way. This should help with traffic throughput and eventual expansion. This makes leveling the ground also a lot easier as the rail can stay elevated along this whole road without affecting the look of the surrounding area. This new system looks cleaner and a lot more usable for all trains, along with the nice connection for the new motorway, strong and sturdy. The rail made sense of the bridge that is currently leaving the west side of the town and has decided to upgrade this bridge with one worthy of a town like Pixeldale. This new Truss Arch Bridge really symbolises the growth that this city has had and shows the way to the new path that we're about to take. The council has noticed that the electricity system at the moment is not going to function. The council have elected to reuse the old power lines just to divert the electricity around the current construction area and tackle that decision on a later date when the infrastructure is in place. With everything connected up, the next important bit is to lay plans for the actual rail yard. The new rail company's rail yard looks amazing, not out of place by one bit, ready to service the city as and when needed. Now the complex part of bringing in the roads and the railway to make this site usable, ready for the new train system. With the road in place and the rail yard connected up to the electricity grid, now it's finally time for the rail company to lay its tracks. The first of the new tracks are installed and the vision comes clear. Although the incline is mighty, this should service our little town just perfectly. The first side of the rail yard gets fully connected and the council starts to see the fruits of its labour. It would seem that the opposite side of the rail yard has a few more tricks up its sleeve, causes the rail company more questions. This doesn't deter the young entrepreneurs, however, it just strengthens their resolve. With the new rail yard fully connected, now the council can rewire their electrics to make them sit smoothly through this area, have them blend nicely in with the rail yard. The new electrical line runs nicely along the motorway, showcasing just how nicely and neat our British little town loves to do things. All our power connected up and ready to be utilised as normal, and our rail yard eager to strike cargo deep into the city. Now we spoke about natural beauty. I think this is very important for our area. The promise must be kept that the area be made to look natural again. Without the forest, this is barely Britain. Now the trains wait in anticipation in the rain for their first job. They wouldn't be waiting too long, as our new housing district has started suffering with serious traffic issues. The influx of people and the busyness of the new little supermarket have facilitated for the need for better public transport Nothing's better than a real train station. The council, still making money from all their investments and other interests, have decided to foot the bill for the new train station. But they have chosen to ask for the builders to help from the railway company, as their previous work was exemplary. There is only one spot good enough for this train station, and that's right alongside the old track left here from the first company to ever pass through this region. With the confidence gained from the previous work with the rail, the council, with the help of the engineers, got the railway station in no time. This made access to it even more important, to give the local residents a much needed traffic break. Of course, with the current position and with the influx of most likely new residents, traffic along this road will get more difficult for a while. But the council have plans to improve the throughput, and people accessing different areas will have alternative routes using the new rail system. Right now, there is notable issues downtown in our more densely populated residential areas. This is something the council looks to fix, but they focus on their new little partnership and railway connection, damning all these busy people to a hellscape of traffic. At the opposite end of busy, trees were planted at the railway station to incorporate it nicely into the landscape. The engineers and council workers living as if nothing else is happening and there's no other problems. Now, with the first small train station, it's finally time for the city of Pixeldale to connect with the outer cities, and the first train should be on its way any minute. And off it goes on its maiden journey. The council watch as the train arrives in its first ever destination, its first ever time arriving at the station, a symbol of efficiency, a symbol of progress, and now it departs on its way to collect new citizens, new people for this city. The council has come up with an ingenious plan to upgrade the existing roads without causing too much problems. This does involve changing the road layout slightly and repaving a new road. This is all in the hopes to funnel traffic more efficiently. With rail comes opportunities, jobs, relationships, new beginnings, and now the people of Pixeldale get to explore them options. Maybe only this one humble station was such a giant leap for our little city. Pixeldale moves from strength to strength. With each build we add more lore to our story. With each train we add more citizens to our city. But with improvements come problems. With improvements come teething problems. Our little city has a very big teething problem. Join me next episode as we fix Pixeldale's traffic. I'm Pixeltide. This has been Pixeldale. Peace.